Good morning, Naledi, and of course to the viewers, as you have rightfully stated there, we have established now that no school in Lehurutse has opened. No learner is currently in class here in Lehurutse. We arrived here, Naledi, around 6 o'clock to monitor the situation. As you would know that the residents of Lehurutse have for years now been complaining about shortage of water. In actual fact, they are saying the last time they saw a drop of water was just before November. When we visited different schools here, gates were closed. We saw parents taking their learners to school. We spoke to them. They were saying that they are quite shocked that to this day there is no water. However, they were anticipating that schools or those that are protesting will at least allow learners to go to school more so, especially for those that are starting today and for those that still need stationery, among other things. We spoke to different learners, of course, getting permission from their parents who consented to us talking to these learners, who are saying as much as they were looking forward to going to school, Naledi, they do understand, because last year, academic year, the issue was the same. The picture was the same. They could not go to toilets. They could not wash their hands. But as you have also stated on your intro there, that the provincial government said they had sent a task team to Lehurutse to ensure that the challenge of water is addressed. When we spoke to different residents, they were saying the task team has actually collapsed. They are not seeing any changes as far as the water is concerned. But I can tell you now that we see the presence of police. As you can see just behind me, the public order policing Nyala has been making rounds just in Lehurutse, monitoring the situation. My colleague Tumelo Setlhabetsi will also pan to just show you also the presence of police as residents of Lehurutse are protesting, asking for water. Just on my right hand side, just at the back of where we are standing, is also the Lehurutse complex, where we were able to establish that businesses are to this point still operating. They have not yet been disrupted, as residents were saying that all will be at a standstill here in Lehurutse as they are asking for water, Naledi. But what is surprising is, as far as South Africa is deemed to be a water scarce country, they are saying that here in Lehurutse, they also have a place called Jinokana, loosely translated a stream. This is an area where you would find water, but they are saying, why is it that it's been years without water? They are alleging that this is because of water tankering. They are alleging that they are actually, requested to buy water from water tankers, whereas that shouldn't be the case. They allege that the same water that these water service providers are getting are from the same pipes that are supposed to provide them with water. It is the stance here in Lehurutse, Naledi. No water. Some of the learners saying they could not even bath to go to school. Those who were able to go to school, going back to class, going back home, while many learners in South Africa are in classes at this moment, Naledi. A challenge that is not only in Lehurutse, but different areas in the Northwest Province where, water provision is a challenge. But we see how, this kind of protest also disrupting or even blocking learners from going to school. We understand that when we talk to residents, they were saying that they will allow learners to go to school next week, Monday. But we will, of course, hear from the Department of Education as far as interventions are concerned. The district municipality, that is the Ngaka, which is the water provider, to also hear as to why, 3 months later, residents are saying they still do not have water, regardless the fact that the Premier's office stated, talking to SABC, that they have sent the task team to the area, to the ground. But as far as I can tell you, Naledi, there is no water in Lehurutse. Residents also are currently, actually learners, are at home and not in classes.
I mean, we go back to earlier when you were sitting with, when you were with some of those protesters. A lot of their placards are saying, enough is enough, which just means we want water because we want to be able to bath and clean ourselves. This is obviously an issue of dignity as well for this community. But the education of children equally important. Do we have any clarity when schools will open in Lehurutse?
The information we received is that learners will be allowed to go to school next week, Monday. This is the information we received from the protesters themselves, but we will hear from the Department of Education as far as interventions are concerned. This really is proof that government departments are interrelated, Naledi. You go to the municipality that is providing water to residents, but residents saying we are not getting that service. But also this impacting on learners who are going to school. If you, my colleague also Tumelo SABC, can just show you the evidence of protests that have been ongoing for the past days. Just when you look at that road, you will see just evidence of tires that were bent just, a few days ago. We saw the other side where we reported earlier on from, there is few streets away from here, Naledi, tires being bent. Residents saying we will not stop until we get services. But at this point, they are saying that they need the Premier, Bushimape, to come to Lehurutse to tell them and commit as to when are they going to get water, because it's been years. Pipes are not working. This is what they are told. Last when we were doing a story of residents who are alleged to be, buying water from water tankers, the municipality was saying there is no diesel. The municipality was saying infrastructure has, been damaged as far as the infrastructure of water in Ditsobotla is concerned. We saw water reservoirs, Naledi, but the question is, why are they not getting water? But quite concerning as well that learners are now also affected not going to school at this point, Naledi. A different picture from others in South Africa who are currently in class as we speak.